guys! So, we're finally back here kung saan man tayong lupalop nakatira dito sa Vancouver Island. But again, we went back to Victoria and then we're back here. So, I have to drive for 6 hours. Yun yung isang challenge ko sa business ko right now with the cleaning business. Not like my business in SLE, which like entirely online. I can just stay here at home. And that's something that you also have to consider. You're thinking to like build a business here in Canada. If it's a physical service, then you might have to travel. And in my case, right now I have to travel for 6 hours. And you know, eventually once we set it up with the people that will be helping us in the business, we can possibly, you know, just go there once a month at least. So, update lang sa business natin, guys. So, we had a potential contract last week. It was a condominium, but then we decided to change it to an office contract so that when you're working on your first establishment, walang masyadong tao. So, kung nagtatry kang i-figure out yung mga equipment mo and all, then walang nakakakita sa'yo. So, ngayon, guys, someone saw our video last week and actually helped us to get a potential contract, and those are like 2 locations. I'm so thankful to that person that helping us here to strive here in Canada. Especially we're starting out a new business and we are trying to connect to those locations and hopefully we can get it. They seem very interested naman, but I'll update you guys doon sa kontrata na iyon. Pero ang pag-usapan natin today, guys, is paano nga ba tayo nag-register ng cleaning business. So I will also compare how I started SLE as well. So that's a different business. And yung mga natutunan ko, and ngayon, binago natin sa second business. So first of all, you have to register your business. So you have to decide if it's a sole proprietor, if it's like a partnership, if it's like incorporation. We always suggest incorporation. Tax-wise, mas makakamura ka sa taxes. I mean, if you're still trying to test the water, you can start with sole proprietor. And that's what I did with my first business, which is the SLE or coaching business. Ngayon sa cleaning business natin, nag-incorporate na tayo. So, bakit ba ako sole proprietor nun sa SLE? Kasi hindi pa tayo permanent resident nun when I started SLE. I was on a work permit. Temporary resident lang ako dito sa Canada. On a postgrad work permit when I started my entrepreneurship. Ano na tayo? Citizen na tayo. Nung nag-create tayo ng cleaning business, in-incorporate na natin siya. And another thing that I want to share with you guys, with my experience when I was like doing my registration of the business, yung SLE, when I registered for incorporation, I hired a lawyer. And ang bayad doon is around 1,000 Canadian dollars. Kasi wala akong idea. Ngayon, when I register for the cleaning business, someone helped me on how to register it. I didn't have to hire a lawyer. So, nakatipid tayo ng 1,000 Canadian dollars. But again, I suggest hiring a lawyer if it's a complicated type of business. Like, for example, you have another shareholder. Ako lang naman ang sole holder ng business ko sa cleaning business and also the SLE. So, it's not really complicated. So, again, hire someone if you are not comfortable on doing the registration. Baka kasi magkamali-mali ka and mas mahirap yon. And then guys, ang bayad dun sa application mismo for incorporation is around 350 Canadian dollars. Pero pag sole proprietor, mas mura siya. I think it's less than $100. And again, tax-wise, it's better to go ahead with incorporation than a sole proprietor. Naranasan ko na yan, guys, dahil noon na nag-transition ako, ang laki ng binabayaran ko when I was on sole proprietor. I think my taxes went around like 36% of the total revenue. Ngayon, pagka naman incorporation ka, then that would be around like 12% if it's less than 500,000. So, again, you have to choose wisely kung ano talaga yung mag-work sa inyo. Pero I suggest incorporation talaga. And then, after mo na siya ma-incorporate, you can now register for the GST and payroll. Madali lang yan, online lang. But with the GST, you are required to register once you reach 30,000 Canadian dollars annual revenue. Kung hindi pa naman, then you don't have to register for the GST. You can register like voluntarily, pero again, even if you're not earning, let's say, this month or in the next couple of months, you still have to file for the GST report. So let's say 0 ang annual mo, then you have to report 0. So yun siya. Pero yun nga, we register for GST and the payroll as well because we assume that we're going to hire people, then we have someone helping us in the cleaning business. So do that. It's just going to take you like 5 minutes. And madali lang siya. Another thing that you also have to register is the WCB or the WorkSafe BC dito sa amin, sa British Columbia. So that one, it will protect you, your business, and also like it will compensate you if something happened, like if na-injure ka during your your working hours, then you can get something from the government to compensate the lost income. And also that would be for employees then. And that's the main reason why we have, health and safety plan here in Canada. Very serious sila sa mga ganun. Kasi nga, if may ma-aksidente sa workplace mo, then your premium rate will go up. Another thing that we also have to register is, of course, the bank. You always have to separate your personal and your business accounts, guys. Kasi it's going to be a mess and a disaster if minimix mo yung dalawang yun. And malimit tayo mga taga-Philippines, no? Pag may mga business owners ako nakakausap from the Philippines, lalo na yung mga small business owners, they'll always mix their personal and their business money. So, mas mahirap yung i-track when it comes to the taxes. And here in Canada, lahat dito tinatrack, di ba? So, you have to like open an account for your business. And for us, pagka kinausap ka ng bangko, you have to like book an appointment with them. You cannot just like walk in. So ngayon, bibigyan ka nila ng different types of accounts that will fit your needs. And for us, since nagsisimula pa lang tayo, so we started with a small business account. And then, dito sa Canada, guys, nagbabayad ka sa bank, okay? So if you're going to start with a small business account, you pay around like $10 every month. And then you also have to pay every transaction in your bank account. So let's say you have like total of 20 transactions. Every transaction will cost you around 1.5 or $1.50. So pag nilagyan mo yan ng money, let's say you invest 10,000 or 20,000 into your business, nilagyan mo yung bangko ng pera, then, nagstay yung pera doon, then the bank will give you like free transaction. So, ngayon, meron ka ng 20 free transaction or 70 free transactions. It really depends on how much money you have in the bank account. So, yun pala, guys. So, when you are going to open a bank account, and also they will offer you to have a credit card. So, sometimes the limit of the credit card will go up to 30,000 Canadian dollars, guys. So, kailangan ba ang credit card in the business? Yes, I would say yes. Like in SLE, I thought I won't need a credit card. But some billing kasi, you are required to pay through a credit card. So, it's really important to have a credit card, guys. In our next video, guys, I will be sharing with you my thoughts on hiring an accountant for your business. Ano bang importansya, no? Why do you need an accountant? Why do you need not just like any accountant, but a reliable and knowledgeable accountant that will be working with your business, and how much ba yung rate nila so far dito. So yun ang i-share natin in the next video. And thank you again for watching this video. If you have any questions, comment below. If you like this kind of content, comment. And if you're thinking about opening a business here in Canada, then comment below kung ano bang business yung naisip mo. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys!